I can't believe it, he whispered. You look exactly like someone I once loved. Before we begin, please note. This story explores themes of family, responsibility, and humanity. It is meant to inspire reflection and empathy. Daniel Carter arrived at St. Bridget's Children's Home on a cool June morning in 2024. He hadn't come because of emotion or curiosity. He came because optics mattered. As the CEO of a large real estate firm, Daniel needed good press. A donation to an orphanage would look generous, responsible, human. He stepped out of his sleek black car wearing a tailored suit, carrying a check large enough to silence critics. The orphanage itself was old and modest, but the small garden out front bloomed with color, and children laughed under the watchful eye of a kind-faced nun. Inside, the air smelled of soap and warm food. Crayon drawings lined the walls. It felt nothing like Daniel's glass office high above the city. Sister Eleanor, the director, greeted him warmly and thanked him for his contribution. Daniel smiled politely and asked for a short tour, eager to be done. They passed classrooms, dorm rooms, and finally entered a recreation room painted pale blue. That's when Daniel stopped breathing. In the corner sat a little girl, maybe 7 years old, drawing quietly. Her light brown hair, green eyes, even the way she leaned over the paper. She looked exactly like Clara, the woman Daniel had loved years ago. The woman who had disappeared from his life while pregnant. Who is she? Daniel asked, his voice unsteady. That's Mila, Sister Eleanor said softly. She came here 2 years ago after her mother passed away. She's very quiet. Very special. Daniel approached slowly and crouched beside her. That's a beautiful drawing, he said gently. Mila nodded. It's my family. He noticed the picture. A woman, a child, and an empty space. What's your doll's name? He asked. Clara, Mila answered. That was my mommy's name. Daniel felt the room tilt. Do you remember her? He asked. She used to sing to me, Mila said. And tell me stories about a kind man who worked very hard and built big things. Daniel swallowed hard. Clara used to call him her builder of dreams. Later, in private, Sister Eleanor showed him the records. The dates aligned. The name confirmed everything Daniel feared and hoped. Mila was his daughter. The DNA test confirmed it days later. Daniel stared at the results, shaking. A lifetime of success meant nothing compared to the realization that his child had been growing up without him. From that moment on, everything changed. He began visiting Mila every day. They drew together, played games, talked about school and dreams. Mila told him she wished for a dad who would read her stories and walk her to school. One afternoon she asked softly, Do you think my dad forgot me? Daniel knelt in front of her. No, I think he just didn't know you were waiting. Soon the truth could no longer stay hidden. Mila, he said one day, heart racing. I took a test, and it says I'm your dad. She stared at him, silent, then burst into tears of joy. You're really my daddy? She asked. Yes, he whispered. And I'm never leaving again. The legal process moved quickly. A judge saw not just biology, but devotion. Daniel prepared a home with a garden, books, and a room designed just for Mila, inspired by the castle she loved to draw. The day she came home, Mila held his hand tightly. This is really my home? She asked. Yes, Daniel said. Forever. Life settled into something beautiful and simple. Pancakes on weekends, school pickups, bedtime stories. Healing happened quietly, day by day. Years later, at a school ceremony, Mala stood on stage and said, Family isn't who you're born with. It's who chooses you, Daniel cried openly. What began as a publicity visit became the moment two lives finally found each other. Because sometimes the greatest donations aren't money. Their presence, their love. They're choosing not to walk away.